Yep, 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 yep. You. What's up, y'all? Tell like it is TV, man. Let's talk about it, y'all. So first of all, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you want to donate. The links is in the description box. If not, that's cool. The like button is, that's right, y'all. The like button is free. All right, man. I want to bring up an interesting thought that I had. And because I already been talking about this anyway in my particular videos about this whole lead up. But tonight I was listening to the Queens of Boxing, and they down there in Texas and stuff like that. And she hit on something that I kind of believed, but I really think that maybe this was like a buck breaking moment at the end of the day. And sometimes we watch fighters go through that, right? We watched it happen with. I remember when it happened with Adrian Broner. I didn't think it was cool, but everybody was clowning AB. Then who else we seen it happen with? Deontay Wilder. The next, Earl Spence. At least for some people, I was going for Bud. I mean, yeah, I was going for Bud. And then now we got Devin Haney. Um, when it comes down to the situation with Devin Haney, and I want to bring up a few other things too. Um, I even think Team Tank Davis and them knew about what was getting ready to happen. Because Floyd and them, whatever. I believe that they concocted some shit for this event to happen, and for what happened to happen at the end of the day. You seen Ryan Garcia hanging with Floyd. You know that at that time, then you had situations where Floyd is with Shakur. Why would Floyd be with Shakur? And stuff like that. But Bill and them, it's something that I think Bill and them probably leaving the Mayweather camp and stuff like that really burned some bridges. And and I think this thing has been. And then once they start to, say, oh, get that Floyd shit out of here, da 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 da, Floyd's bad for boxing, and da 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 da, and shitting on Floyd name. I think that's when it really, really was okay. It's time to close the show. You know what I'm saying? And not per se close the show because I don't think Devin's career is over, but it's buck breaking season. You know what I'm saying? It's humbling season at the end of the day, right? And it's like the saying of, when you're dealing with those people, like they say in elites, right? They say a lot of these people be blackmailing each other and stuff like that. So they end up doing what was done to them to somebody else. I mean, you can kind of use the same situation when it comes down to Ryan Garcia, okay? Ryan Garcia felt like he was weight drained, this, that, and the third with Tank Davis. And what did he do? Now, before y'all niggas get out here and jump in your panties, because I see a few of y'all niggas now, oh man, you making excuses about the weight. Bro, if a nigga is out here killing himself to make it down to 140, both of these niggas was killing themselves. Ryan said it was killing himself so much. Allegedly, he said that he wasn't going to make it no more past that. His last fight was at 143. Okay? So he took the advantage of, I'm not going to train all the way down there. He's going to exert more energy in his body that, when he rehydrates, yeah, it's going to be whatchamacallit, but I'm going to have an advantage over him at being at my natural weight and feeling a little bit more healthier. Everything is everything. And so I just want to get into this real quick because this was very interesting to me. So anyway, this is the Queens of Boxing. Fair accused, fair accused, fair accused.
Ryan Garcia was over there training. Everybody at Golden Boy, including Derek James, was in on the G. Those clips that were put out showing Derek James looking disgusted, dejected, looking like he wanted him out of his studio, all of that was a part of the scheme.
Okay. So when I tell y'all they played and think about how happy Oscar was, right? Oscar was super happy in that crowd. You got to think about that. Bernard Hopkins was super happy. Team Tank Davis was super happy. Well, Tank at least. Floyd Mayweather and them, they're going to stay quiet. They're going to play the hit man behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? The big boss. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. And because I do remember seeing those clips with Derek James. He looking like, man, this nigga. And people was making videos based off of that. You know what I mean? People literally made videos based off that. You know what I mean? Oh, look at Derek James is tired of being around Ryan Garcia, this, that, and the third. All that was all the mind games that was played. And low key putting the fuck to Bill Haney and Devin Haney at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
All of that was a part of the plan. All of that. And I knew it in my soul, but I knew it for sure on weigh-in day, when they were asking Oscar and Booty Hop how did they feel about him missing the weight, and all they could respond was, "We have a fight."
Right. That's all they cared about. And low key, they could have forced Devin Haney into making that fight. Like, no, you got to take this fight. Because low key, if I'm killing myself to get down to 140 and the other nigga just going whatchamacallit and have to pay me on a bet or some shit about making weight, bro, I'm pulling out the fight. Straight up and down, I'd have pulled out the fight. Like, nah, this nigga on some shenanigans. But see, they wanted that. They wanted that clout. They wanted that clout. And they knew, whoever set this plan up knew that they were going to fall right into it. Right into it. Right into it. Now it's up to, it would be up to Ryan Garcia to execute the plan, and obviously he did that. Okay? But let's not act like a nigga, you know, being able to come in at his natural weight and feeling at his natural self as possible, that, you know, that's not cheating. That's a form of cheating, fam. You know what I'm saying? I made it all the way down to 140. Nigga, you ain't even come close. Like, I've heard of boxers maybe being a pound or two, or maybe even, you know, missing weight and then just being like, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and especially when it's a title on the line. You know, the challenger just deciding this nigga not going to lose no weight. You know what I mean? I can see the champion being like, all right, well, you know what, man, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't losing that weight, nigga. I can't get down no more. That's just what it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? We either going to make this fight or not. And when you're the A side, you can pull that off. Devin was not the A side to this fight. That's probably why the nigga had to do the fight for real, because he wasn't the A side. Ryan Garcia was the A side. Ryan Garcia was the one getting the bigger split. Notice that all the shit that they started to expose came as the fight got close. The purse split. We didn't even know the purse split. Nobody was even talking about the purse split. Right? Now all of a sudden, like a week before the fight, I remember seeing niggas doing videos about the purse split. I remember going on my Twitter seeing about the purse split. I was like, God damn, that's kind of crazy. Like, why now, though? You know what I'm saying? Why now? And, you know, you got people, you know, and like I said, motherfuckers is human. They paying attention in these streets. They know what's going on. They know what the talk is and shit like that. So a lot of stuff started to be exposed slowly but surely. This was a cerebral mind game. But I can't just put that all on Ryan Garcia. I think this was a collective effort at the end of the day. This was a collective effort at the end of the day. Because motherfuckers was too happy for that. You know what I mean? Like, motherfuckers was just too happy for that. But anyway, let me as I'm like, you know, the day's over with now. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But anyway, let me finish playing this.
We have a fight. They didn't care nothing about that. They all knew. Everybody was saying, wow, they don't care nothing about him. His team would have pulled him out of this if they cared anything about him. And I kept telling y'all, they have doctors in there. If somebody thought that boy was out of his mind, he wouldn't be fighting. They wouldn't want that on them.
Now here's another thing, right? Now remember, Ryan was showing the VADA testing. Ryan was giving clues to let people know that he's gonna be at the fight. You know what I'm saying? And that he's fine. You know what I mean? But you know, it was a whirlwind storm, and people just couldn't really think. And that was all pretty much by design. People not saying nothing, people not talking about it. So when people don't talk about it, it becomes an interest at the end of the day. Like, yo, what's going on with Ryan? Yo, Oscar, notice Oscar didn't really want to be in the media or jump on an Instagram live and all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? Because they all knew what they was going to do. Bernard Hopkins and shit. Bernard Hopkins was saying a lot of shit in that workout that you know, when you look back at it now, them niggas knew what was getting ready to happen. He was saying a lot of shit in that workout to let you know that he knew, and a lot of people knew what was going to happen, but it was going to be up to Ryan to execute to finish the job, in which he did. Okay.
They know people are watching. They wouldn't want that on them. I knew the entire time. What I didn't know was how hard he was training. What I didn't know was how good he was receiving the information from Derrick James. I tweeted it last night, and I will say it again today. Congratulations. Big congratulations.
And just think about it, right? And just think about it. Bernard Hopkins hated who? He couldn't stand Floyd Mayweather when Floyd Mayweather was on the top. You know who else couldn't stand that nigga neither? Oscar De La Goddamn Hoya. These two niggas right here couldn't stand Floyd when he was at the top of the game, winning, talking shit, this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? Remember how excited Oscar was when Shane Mosley rocked Mayweather. Go back and look at that fight. That man was too excited. You know what I'm saying? Now go back and watch the Ryan Garcia fight. He has the same level of excitement. Bernard Hopkins was out of his mind last night. In the ring, I rock bar, all this whole other shit, screaming and shit. You know, throwing in the nigga's face, right? And what was Bill Haney doing? Even though Bill Haney was and Devin and them, they pretty much was running with the Mayweather blueprint. They was running with it, being flashy, talking shit. Devin, it wasn't so much of the shit talker, more was Bill. Bill was more carrying the weight when it comes down to promotional game. We just got to keep it a bean pot. And they can't stand niggas like that. Think about it. LeVar Ball, they couldn't stand that nigga, right? Who else is in there? And they can't wait for them sons to fail and be injured and ha, LeVar, you're wrong. Ha, LeVar, you're wrong, right? They wasn't able to get that with Mayweather, but when they knew that, okay, Mayweather might be in on this, or him and Oscar might be actually decent at the end of the day. They may not be the close of friends, but they may be like, look, we the four horsemen of this shit. And any nigga getting out of here, getting out of line, we gonna do what we gotta do. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you know what I mean? But they never got to get that off on Floyd. But you know who they can get that off on? Bill. And Bill and them was so thirsty for the clout and chasing greatness, but it just doesn't look good when a nigga was saying, you know, he a C+ fighter, you copying Floyd, and I'm a A+ fighter, and I'm gonna show him this, that, and the third, and then you get in there. And what happens to you happens to you. So it was like the ultimate humiliation. You know what I'm saying? And they all probably was in on this shit, dog. I'm gonna keep it. Now I'm thinking about this shit now. They all might have been on it. Now I'm gonna go to this clip right here from Mill City Boxing. Salute to Mill City Boxing. Now a lot of people thought Coach Kenny Ellis was just like bugged out, like this nigga Coach Ellis, this nigga is a hater on Devin Haney. And to be honest, I thought the nigga was tripping. I'm like, nigga, why would you get on the internet? And that's what I did a video talking about Tank Team. Like, yo, y'all niggas get on the internet and these niggas be saying anything and it be making Tank look bad. But these niggas knew, right? There's an interview that just came out an hour ago. And Regis Prograis says Devin Haney got karma beaten for weight bullying, okay? Nigga, these niggas all knew what was getting ready to happen. Just like when we think about Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, like, there was niggas that knew what was getting ready to happen to Wilder in that second fight. Hell, maybe even the first fight. Well, not even maybe the first fight, because he got away with them gloves in that first fight. But they damn sure knew what was getting ready to happen in that second fight. You know what I'm saying? And when we look back at it, hindsight is 2020. You know, to a certain degree, maybe him and Breland need to Wilder and Breland need to patch that up, man. Because if that dude was cheating, and he probably was on them roids, and nigga had no goddamn padding and shit in his gloves, and you drunk, drizzy, and drunk all over the place, ain't got no balance, you feeling funny. And for Breland to pull you out of that, I think, Deontay Wilder got to really revisit that situation when it comes down to Breland, because other than that nigga could have really died in the ring for real. You know what I'm saying? That's real talk. And when you're dealing with shit like, I guess, I don't know. I don't know what's going on at the end of the day, but I'm going to go ahead and play this, though, because it's a lot to be said. So I thought this was weird back when he said this.
My bad. April 20th. Devin Ryan Garcia. It's done. I mean, when I say it's done, right? Uh, some people were saying, "Hey, this fight might not happen." What do you think about that?
I don't think it's gonna happen. Would be not.
Now, this nigga says he don't think the fight is gonna happen. This is 2 months ago.
Nice, so. But I don't think it's gonna happen.
You don't think it's happening? Why?
I just think it's one of those situations where somebody gonna pull out for whatever reason.
Now he says he thinks somebody's gonna pull out for whatever reason. What would be a reason why somebody will pull out of a fight? A fighter to pull out of a fight. Yo, this nigga ain't following the contract when it come down to this weight, fam. You know what I'm saying? Why he not following this shit? You know what I mean? Because that's unprofessional and that's definitely taking an advantage at the end of the day. But Devin wasn't the A side. All right, so I'm going to keep going with this.
You know, I would love to see it though.
Well, what makes you feel that way? Obviously, you built a big fight with Tank, right, and Ryan. What makes you feel that it's not gonna happen?
Because Ryan is a threat.
I wasn't expecting that one. Okay.
Ryan can crack, man.
So you're thinking the Haneys?
So think about that. Devin Haney is, y'all got to think about it like this. You put whatever hate you niggas got to the side for a second. When them niggas is cutting weight and shit like that, both of them niggas is kind of big boys at the end. Young men, my bad. They young, big young men when they, walking around weight. One nigga is cutting down and getting all the way down, and another nigga from the jump is working as if I only have to get to here like he's actually going to 140. You know what I'm saying? And they already know, like, nigga, I'm not playing a nigga. He's going to do all this working and shit like that. I'm not about to do all that, and I don't give a fuck about the title. No way. It's just about giving this dude the loss at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Got that man, now that man get beat. Think about this. Now this man get beat, and he still get to keep his title? Like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Just the all way around humiliation of the situation. But I definitely think that this was, I think this was cerebral mind games that got played. And, maybe it could have been some people that had a hand to doing this and everybody knew about it. Everybody was in on the jig. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the only nigga that really wasn't in on the jig was Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? Well, who knows, man? Maybe Devin Haney and Bill Haney, those are only two niggas that wasn't in on the jig at the end of the day. You know what I mean? I don't mean to put Bill out there like that. My bad. My bad. But yeah, so Brother Bill and Devin Haney, they probably only two that wasn't in on it. But they got caught trying to chase that light. And then they started to talk crazy about Floyd and them. And then they already loudmouth. You know they can't wait to give a loudmouth nigga a L, even if the nigga pops. And it's the son, and the son ain't got nothing to do with doing all the talking and shit like that. You know what I mean? That's why it'd be kind of weird when you hear niggas go, Devin would be cool if it wasn't for his pops. Like, damn. That's kind of crazy. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of wild to say. His pops be capping. Yeah, his cops. But, all these niggas be capping. Eddie Hearn be capping. You might catch Leonard Ellerby and them niggas capping. You definitely gonna catch Bob Arum capping all the goddamn time. You gonna hear him cap. I mean, he out here. Remember when he was talking about Lomachenko better than Muhammad Ali and shit, bro? These niggas be capping all the time. But niggas, I don't know. Niggas have a special hate for Bill, though. I ain't gonna sit up and hold you. This shit is a little kind of weird and shit. You know what I mean? But do the nigga be capping? Yeah, we can address this shit and keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? We know that nigga capping. We know Bill been capping for a long time, but he did what he had to do to get his son in a position to accomplish some great things in the sport. And, the career is not over for them. You know what I'm saying? But, they just got to hit the drawing board. You know what I mean? But, I think they'll be cool. But, they just got to tread lightly. You know what I'm saying? Got to keep going back to who you are. Don't. That's the one thing I did respect about Adrian Broner. Adrian Broner, that nigga took his whooping from goddamn McDonough. I remember Floyd was laughing at him. He was going to the ring. He's like, look, he still ain't learned yet. Look, he still ain't learned yet. But Adrian Broner went out there and still won that fight. You see what I'm saying? So it's just like, you still got to be who you were. AB is still AB. Only thing that stopped AB is AB couldn't get himself back in shape to keep fighting, and he couldn't get no fights with Al Heyman in them. You know what I mean? Because he was beefing with Mayweather and all this other shit. And you see what happened. You see what's going on with Adrian Broner now. You know what I mean? So even when he got deals, some weird shit happened where the deal gets called off and shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's all kind of crazy shit happening and shit behind the scenes. You know, they start trying to stop niggas from making paper and shit like that. Like, shit be deep, you know what I mean? So when Bill and them niggas was doing the shit that they was doing, I was like, man, this shit ain't gonna end well. Whether they gonna finally make the fight happen. But yeah, man, now, you know, hindsight is 2020 now. We can look back and see this whole shit. This shit was probably a mean scheme from the entire jump. And everybody knew about it but Bill Haney and Devin Haney fans. And that's about it. You know what I'm saying? That's about it. They knew Ryan wasn't going to make that 140 weight. His last fight was at 143. They like, you feel comfortable at that weight? Yeah. You can take on Devin Haney? Yeah. I'm the A side, right? Yep. All right, so it don't matter. I'm going to get the bigger. Look, he's going to get the bigger split anyway. So if he has to pay him a penalty, that's a small penalty to him compared to what he's already getting the lump sum. Well, not the lump sum of the, well, you know, he's getting a good chunk. You know what I mean? 55, 45, you know. That's a good portion right there. And that's somebody that's a challenger. A challenger. But he didn't give a damn about that belt anyway. Because it was all to put the motherfuck to Bill and Devin Haney. And then let them niggas keep their belt. Like, yeah, niggas can keep it. So now niggas still a champion, but you know this nigga getting his ass whooped his last fight. You see what I'm saying? Well, how is this dude still a champion? So, you know, Dev gonna have to come out there and continue to keep being himself. You know, a loss doesn't define your career. You know what I mean? You keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? Take your loss like a man, and you know, just like the saying says, you know, when you lose the fight at the negotiation table, he absolutely lost right off the jump. But Ryan Garcia being the A side of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Not a nigga that just came off a loss and shit like that. Like, this nigga need me. I'm an actual champ. Me being the champ actually and being undisputed actually brings something to the fucking table, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, yeah, you got your name and all this other shit, but, you know, last time niggas remember you in a big fight, you lost. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, so them losing that right off the bat was just like, but see, they were so thirsty for the limelight, man. They were so thirsty for it. And had they took their own path and wasn't calling niggas out and doing other shit and, you know, all this other shit, I think they would have been able to kind of skate by a little bit cleaner. But, you know, as they started to succeed and as they started to get that light, they started to be, oh, yeah, fuck Floyd and da-da-da-da, Floyd been hating. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, Ryan Garcia is the nigga. Think about it. Ryan Garcia dropped the footage on his page. And think about it. They was asking about what Floyd tell you the whole interview. Remember the first whole press conference? So what Floyd tell you? What Floyd tell you? Floyd was in them niggas' heads the whole fight. That's why they couldn't help but talk about Tank Davis and shit. Talk about Floyd Mayweather. Because behind the scenes, there probably was shit happening where they know where this shit is coming from. They like, oh, all right. You know what I mean? So, you know, it just kind of is what it is. But, yeah, man, that Mayweather curse is something real. You know what I mean? And, you know, it seemed like niggas fall to that. You know what I mean? And, you know, it's unfortunate. You know what I mean? But I do think that everybody was in on it, man. Him over there acting all like he disgusted with, you know what I mean? They just let you know that was cap. How happy these two niggas was. See what I'm saying? Them niggas was super happy. And look at, I mean, Dev is a big dude, but Ryan damn near got love handles in this goddamn fight, bro. He wasn't planning on losing that weight at all. You know what I'm saying? And who knows? Did Devin them actually even see the nigga make 143? You know what I'm saying? Was somebody in the room when this nigga did weight? You know what I mean? Like to actual have, because you know now the shit that they showing us. Ryan even showed you how much of a show it was. The nigga was on the scale drinking a beer, alleged beer. I don't know if it was beer or not, but you know whatever it is he's drinking on, to let you know that that weigh-in shit was some bullshit. He letting you know it was some bullshit right off the gate. Like when you see a nigga professional get up there and drink a beer and shit, as niggas is announcing the weight, he finished drinking a beer and then walk off before niggas can even, you know, really announce the weight. You know what I'm saying? And then they had to play it off. It just looked so tacky. It looked like everybody. It was so much of a bad acting stage, bad acting thing. Like they already knew this nigga wasn't gonna make weight, fam. They been knew it. They all knew it. But Ryan had to get in there and he had to execute what he had to do what he had to do. But yeah, I mean, he was definitely taking his shots for sure. I mean, Dev caught him with a good clean shot. I thought he should have got up on him a little bit more. But Dev was doing his thing though in the fight. There was definitely some rounds that could have went either way in my personal opinion. But as that fight got later, it just was what it was. You know what I mean? The bigger man, the faster man, and the stronger man won. You know what I'm saying? Dev made some mistakes and got clipped. And, you know, it is what it is. You know what I mean? That weight difference and all that shit, that punch resistance and shit like that, it's probably a lot more different. You know what I'm saying? Compared to somebody, like I said, who didn't have to drain themselves to get all the way down to the weight. They made weight comfortably because they already knew they wasn't going down there. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, we not going down there. You gonna go all the way down there. I'm not going down there, though, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And there's no rehydration clause, no none of that. You know what I'm saying? It's shit like that. That's why Tank Davis and them niggas like, nah, this nigga ain't about to be bullshitting and shit like that. Nah, put a rehydration clause on that nigga. Make sure that nigga is more. Because when you look at the difference between Ryan in that in the Tank fight and the Ryan in this fight right here with Devin Haney, this nigga's massive. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn. You know what I mean? It was what it was. And he's already the stronger puncher out of the two, and he's already the faster fighter. You see what I'm saying? So he already has all these advantages, and then he's going to have the weight advantage over you. He's going to have the mind games over you because, you know, y'all getting attacked from all kind of angles and shit like that. And like I said, the finishing touch was what happened that night. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even think Dev and them did a press conference, if I'm not mistaken. So, you know, they saying that Dev got his jaw broke. I hear Bill Haney and them. If the nigga got his jaw broke, he got his jaw broke, bro. It is what it is. Ain't nothing wrong with that, bro. But we ain't got a cap about it. Somebody come out in your team and shit expose the fact that, oh, yeah, nah, Devin really did get his jaw broke that day. Da-da-da-da. Because I believe Adrian Broner got his jaw broke with that shit with Maidana. But niggas cheered for that. This, you know how I kind of feel? I kind of feel like how it was when Broner fought a loss as well, because it was that same feeling. It was like too many niggas was happy that the nigga he lost. I'm like, damn, like y'all really hate this nigga like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, that shit is kind of crazy. So, you know, and like I said, he showed tremendous heart. Broner showed tremendous heart. He got up, was fighting, was winning rounds, all kind of shit. Dev got rocked and came through and was winning some rounds, making the fight competitive. And, you know, like I said, for him, it just didn't end well for him. You know what I'm saying? But it was what it was. But, you know, for niggas to be like, you know, kind of just going in on the nigga, I get it to a certain degree. But I kind of get that same feel that I had with Adrian Broner. Because it was like, you know, too many niggas was happy and nobody wanted to talk about the shit that happened. Like, bro, this nigga was throwing elbows and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this nigga Maidana was clearly broke. He probably broke Adrian Broner's jaw with a fucking with either them gloves with no padding in them, okay, or with an elbow. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, so Broner probably got his jaw broke. That's probably why he started wearing them beards and shit. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, nobody want to talk about that pill they gave Maidana in the 9th round or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Y'all just go back and watch that fight. It was right there. You know what I mean? Then it was all over goddamn Twitter and shit like that. But only thing people was making pictures of, Adrian Broner going through the ropes. Adrian Broner holding his L. Adrian Broner getting walked back to the locker room and shit. Adrian Broner dancing, and then this was the aftermath. Adrian Broner humped Maidana, and then when Maidana was whooping his ass, Maidana humped him back. You know what I mean? It was like, you know, there's too many niggas was excited, you know what I mean, to see that. And you know, that's kind of crazy. You know what I mean? But you know, that's the kind of the world we live in. I don't think everybody is coming from it from a malicious standpoint. But some people is coming at it from a malicious standpoint, and that shit is sick. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. That's kind of sick. You know what I mean? Too many niggas is too happy to see these niggas lose, and you know when it was a great fight. You know what I'm saying? It honestly was a great fight, and they just came up short. But they came up short way before this fight even started. Way before them two niggas even jumped in the ring, them niggas already lost. They already was there. It was already doomed for them. Them niggas walked into New York, into the Terror Dome. Into the Terror Dome. You know what I'm saying? And everybody knew what was going to happen besides Bill Haney and Devin Haney. And the fans. Devin Haney fans. Just like when Wilder walked in there. Bro, this nigga Maidana tried to cheat Floyd Mayweather. He tried to fight Floyd Mayweather with no padding in his glove. He tried to fight Floyd Mayweather, a nigga that was TBE at the time, considered TBE, the biggest pay-per-view attraction ever, dominated sports in general. Because it was nothing like a Floyd Mayweather fight, not the Super Bowl, not the NBA Finals, even though it was some good finals and shit like that, but nothing compared to a Floyd Mayweather fight, and we got that 2 times a year. So Super Bowl come around one time, WrestleMania come around one time, a goddamn NBA Finals come around one time, but Floyd Mayweather pop up twice on the scene, and they huge events. This nigga tried to cheat this man. So you don't think that they cheated? You don't think that they got away with cheating Adrian Broner? You got to be crazy. You got to be crazy. But, you know, it is what it is. People ignored that. You know, people caught on more when it happened with Wilder. You know what I'm saying? But you still had your legion of people that, you know, just want to, oh, man, Fury beat him, Fury the better man, this, that, and the third, and not realize, like, yo, nigga, everybody knew what was going to happen to Wilder except for Wilder's team. And maybe it was some niggas that in his Wilder's team that knew what was going to happen to him. Remember, Sam Watson, remember that dude? I don't know, the boxing outlet, he don't do videos no more. Hopefully he's all right. But he talked about something. He was going to bet money on Deontay Wilder, and Sam Watson told his ass, don't put your money on Wilder. Them niggas knew what was going to happen to Wilder in that second Fury fight. And as Ross said, you know, Wilder lost that fight. That's the fight he got stopped in the second fight in devastating fashion. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's just kind of crazy, you know what I mean? Maybe they said he passed on these drug tests, and maybe he never passed on a drug test. Letting niggas know how rigged the game is. Ryan could have been playing the Joker role, like letting niggas know how rigged the game is. Look, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Da-da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they say I'm passing vital testing, but I'm not. You know what I'm saying? They say I'm gonna make weight, but I'm not. I'm not. And the nigga didn't make weight, doing all this weighing himself up like he was destined to make weight and that he was going for it. You know what I'm saying? That nigga wasn't planning on making weight. Remember, I think when they seen each other, he was like, "You look fat. You look fat." And that nigga wasn't going to make weight. That's why Devin Haney probably said, "Make the bet." Yeah, let's bet you whatchamacallit. That's no problem. That's an easy bet for him. You bought right into it. You bought right into it because now you can't back out of the fight. You can't even back out of the fight agreeing to some shit like that. Low key. Now you gotta do the fight. You made a bet once again. And now you gotta do the fight. Because now if you say fight cancel, this nigga at 143, nah, we ain't not fighting this nigga, bro. This nigga, he did this shit on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that nigga. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, contracts are signed and he was the B side to the situation. So, you know, who knows? Only Bill and them niggas know if they really talk the real spill on how this shit went. But, you know, That's up to them. Maybe they can't burn no more bridges and shit neither. That's why they've been seen at the top ranked gym. You know what I mean? Notice Devin was working at the top ranked gym. He wasn't, it wasn't no gym that they were at in California or wherever it was they were training at. They was going to the top ranked gym. See what I'm saying? And maybe they can only go to the top ranked joint. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So, it is what it is. Make sure everything is copacetic and shit like that. But, that shit is just kind of wild. So, it is what it is, man. I got to get ready to jump up off of here, man. I just wanted to make this quick video because, that shit really kind of, I thought about that. I was like, yo. And like I said, the Queens of Boxing, they know, they from Texas. So they know Ryan was down there training and shit like that. And I remember Boxiana, when there was a video, and it might have been that same video, but she was like, if I told y'all what I know, I'd be in trouble or some shit like that. And it showed like Ryan clowning off and shit like that. Really, that nigga was in there in God destruction mode. You know what I'm saying? God destruction mode. And he came out there and they pulled the wool over niggas' eyes on this shit. And Devin Haney and them niggas just got set up to the game. And this happens sometime in boxing. You know what I mean? This happens sometime in boxing, real talk. You see the fighter go down. You be like, God damn. You know what I mean? Wilder fell down. Jamel Charlo fell down. Jamal Charlo trying to hold on to his goddamn ass whooping. Because Jamal Charlo gonna get beat down too. He gonna suffer this loss. He just scared to take his loss. That's what I think be going on with Jamal Charlo. You know what I'm saying? He just but I think Jamel Charlo probably was on some shit like, fuck it, if I'm gonna take this loss, I'm gonna fight Canelo and take that loss. You know what I'm saying? I'd be damned if Bud Crawford come in here and do me like Earl Spence. You know what I'm saying? So, and Earl, what happened with Earl, and they try to get Earl out of that. Earl was standing on business, and that's why that fight allegedly happened, unless we unless we told something else. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Who else? Yeah, I said Wilder, and now we got Devin Haney and Bill Haney. You know what I'm saying? Fall into that Mayweather thing again, man. That shit is kind of crazy at the end of the day. But anyway, don't get mad at me, man. I just got to tell like it is, man. So shout out to day one. Shout out to the new ones. Make sure y'all niggas hit the like button, the subscribe button if you want to donate. The links is in the description box. If not, that's cool. The like button is, that's right, y'all. The like button is free. And I just want to say, to Bill Haney and Devin Haney, you know what I'm saying? Just keep your head up, man. You can still get back out here and still accomplish some great things. A loss ain't never defined nobody in life. So, at the end of the day, it's all about getting back up, fam, and getting back up and getting dubs. You know what I'm saying? You're going to take wins and you're going to take losses in life. And that's just what it is. What you do is for professional sport. At the end of the day, you still got real life to deal with. So, you're going to take wins and losses in this profession, and that's just how it goes. And, I do think there was a lot of hands at play when it came down to this, though. That's just my personal take on that. You know what I'm saying? But anyway. Don't get mad at me, man. I just got to tell it like it is. We out of here, y'all.